Well, glad to be back. We're back with Cooking with the Rube, and today I was supposed to have a friend here that was going to cook some Cajun fish from South Louisiana, and he couldn't make it. So to give you all up to date of what's going on the last 4 or 5 days, we had 15 inches of rain, lots of flooding here in the Boot Hill of Missouri, and lots of people had tornadoes and everything else. So my friend couldn't make it because he had some levees break. So they've been after me about cooking some crawfish etouffee. These folks here like to eat a lot of Cajun food, so we're cooking crawfish etouffee today. And for all my viewers, I've never made crawfish etouffee, but you know, I always feel like it, you know, and the reason I'm going to say this, I think you got to try. When you cook, you cannot be afraid about cooking. So we're going to cook this food, and you always start early enough so that if you burn it, just throw it away and start again. So I hope that I don't get to do that, but the Holy Trinity, you hear me talking about that, but the Holy Trinity of all Cajun food is this right here. You got celery, onion, and bell pepper. Well, I already got mine cut up here, and I got some butter over here in my skillet. So we're going to ease over here and start putting this in this skillet. And I like to start off with the hard to saute, which is the bell pepper. I'm gonna start with them first. And the celery, they harder, and then I'm gonna put the onions in there last. Again, you got to realize, like I said, it's my first time, but just bear with me. I think it's gonna turn out all right. And you're gonna hear me say this a lot in my shows if they let me continue doing it, that anybody can make any kind of gravy or sauce or whatever, roux. Everything's a roux. It's all a gravy. It's all it is, gravy. We're going to put the bell pepper. I'm going to let them saute just a little bit, and then we're going to come in with the celery. And then I'm going to just do this time. And I'm going to put the onions in last. And then we're going to get them going real good. And after we get all these going real good, we're gonna make the roux. And you probably wonder what the heck. Well, like I said, all Cajun food, all it is a roux. I want everybody to know you can do this yourself, especially if I can do it. Anybody can do it. Just that you got to not be afraid to cook. Don't be afraid to cook. Don't be afraid to burn it. Don't be afraid to start over. So that's what we're going to do today with this crawfish etouffee. We're going to saute this and make it good. Then after we get it sauteed, of course, I'm going to add some flour and get it all mixed in here, and that's when we're going to make the roux. I'm making a big batch because I think we got several people, and I don't know how many people are going to eat today. Also, I got some fresh crawfish. 2 weeks ago, I cooked some crawfish. We had some left over, and I got this. This is what I got. I worked 2 hours cleaning crawfish tails just to make this etouffee, and that's all I got in 2 hours. Finally, I give up. It's easier to go by it than to do it like that. But I had time, so I did it. I wanted to try it with the crawfish tails, and it's a lot of hard work for this amount of crawfish. 2 hours. And what I like to do when I'm cooking this, I like to go ahead and add some seasoning to all my bell pepper and onions to give it some flavor. We're gonna add to it. We're gonna go ahead and put some seasoning in here. You know, you're supposed to put some Cajun seasoning. I don't know, just on Cajun seasoning. It's your choice what you want to put in when you go to cooking. So you add up. I just put some of everything in here, and then get it cooking. Don't do that. But anyway, that's what's going to happen. We got a bunch of seasoning. I got some ground oregano, and I got some paprika, and I got some bay leaves I'm gonna put on later. I got some onion powder, and I got some garlic powder that I'm adding to all this. And y'all heard me say, every time I have no clue. I have no recipes. I don't follow a recipe because I don't know how. I don't like to measure. So if you ask me what it is, how much I'm putting, I don't know. I just put and hope it turns out good. All right, I'm fixing. I got the Holy Grail cooked about like I want it. Now I'm going to put some flour in here, and I'm not going to measure. I'm just going to pour in here about a cup. Okay, I'm going to call that a cup. But we're going to cook. All we're doing to this is browning it, getting it as dark as we want to, and then I'm going to add the chicken stock. And once we get that chicken stock in here and cook it a while, then it's over with. And then we add the crawfish last, just like we did on the shrimp and stuff on the gumbo. And we got crawfish etouffee. I'm just gonna keep stirring this and until. And I like to go ahead. I like to spread it like this, like spread it out in the skillet so that it all gets brown. And I really don't, on a gumbo or anything like this, I like to see it turn into a ball. So I could add a little bit more flour, and this thing will turn into like a baseball. And then that's when it's getting good, in my opinion. Okay. As far as I'm gonna carry this, see what happens to it. I'm gonna let it simmer. It's got to boil. Then we gotta let it. Then I'm gonna, when I get it boiling, I'm gonna put the crawfish in here, and then garnish it. And then, I was wondering why it wasn't turning a little more red. I forgot about the tomato sauce. Cooking with the Rube. I'm gonna put two different kinds. I'm gonna put fresh crawfish and bulk crawfish in here and see what it turns out like. And then maybe we'll save the rest of it for another time. Because look, I got this pot full, which that's what I wanted. I want to tell stories. The whole deal is about stories. So I'm going to tell the stories, and because the stories that I'm going to tell is about me, my stories. It's not about anything, stuff that happened to me. And the stories that I'm going to tell also pertain to, because I was a salesman and traveling all the time, I've always got speeding tickets. I got stopped. Now let's say I don't get always got. I have got. Let's just say I got stopped, didn't get a ticket. But so this story that first one I'm gonna tell is a story. We were in Alabama, and I was a salesman, and being from Lake Village, Arkansas, y'all have heard me say about that a little bit. And I'm in Alabama, and I decided that I was gonna go to a dinner theater. Well, I've never been to a dinner theater, but I know you had to dress up, coat and tie, and I'm taking my wife, and I'm picking up a customer of mine. And we're going to this dinner theater. Of course, we're going through the back roads of Alabama, going to Birmingham, Alabama, to go to a dinner theater. So we're tooling down the road, talking, carrying on. Guess what? Blue lights. And for you folks that are in today's world, back in the 80s, this was the early 80s, when you could get out of your car, the only thing they asked you, let me see your driver. They didn't ask you, let me see your registration and insurance. They didn't do that. They just said, let me see your driver. And you could get out of your car. Well, I get out of the car and I've got this coat and tie on. State trooper, I showed him my license. I'm leaning up against the car. He said, Mr. Garza, are you in a hurry? They always ask you about, are you in a hurry? I said, yes, sir, I am. He said, well, let me ask you something. I see you dressed up. He said, you're not going to that funeral that's up the road up there? I said, yes, sir, I am. I said, I'm going up there. I said, I'm delivering the eulogy up there, and I'm running late. He said, well, sir, just get back in your car and get behind me. So He gets up front, turns on the blue lights. My wife and him look at me, what did you tell that state trooper? I said, well, he asked me, was I in a hurry? And I told him yes. And then he went on to tell me that there was some funeral up there. And I told him I was delivering the eulogy. So he said, follow him. So here we go. We go about 10 miles down the road. Sure enough, there's a church right there on the left. And I pulled in there, he waves. And I was looking, he waves, I just pull on in there and get in between some cars, and he heads back the way we come, so that was good, because I was going the opposite way. I gave him 5 minutes, and on down the road we go. We made it to the dinner theater. So that's my story for today. And I have lots of stories like that's happened to me with state troopers, and how I've gotten off for tickets. And they laugh at me, I'm sure, but this was kind of serious, and it made out, but guess what? I didn't get a ticket. And my wife wasn't too mad at me, okay? She was not too mad, because she does. Could get upset. I just never let things bother me, especially with state troopers, because they give me tickets. They stop me all the time. I'm not going to say they give me tickets. If they let me talk, sometimes I get off of it. Not always. Okay, here we go. We got it all done. We're about ready to serve. We went on ahead today. We made some crawfish etouffee, and I got some gumbo as added to it. We just throw that in as a last minute because we had some leftover crawfish and leftover crab meat. And they said, well, let's cook a gumbo, so that's what we did. So we got the gumbo here, and we got the crawfish etouffee here, and we're gonna set it up here and get us a plate and do the plate shot right quick and get that done. Okay, folks, we got everything done. I got the plate set. All I'm looking for is my taste tester. And the Honorable Philip Britt gets to come in and do the tasting.
All right, what do we got today, Rube?
Well, today, I was intending to do the crawfish etouffee, which we got that done, but then since we had some time, the guys said, let's make some gumbo because we had extra ingredients. So we got etouffee and some gumbo.
All right, well, I want to try the etouffee first because that was our plan for the...
That was our plan. The etouffee was the plan. And I don't think it's too odd, but you know, I think it's okay. And
Oh, great crawfish flavor. It's obvious that's got some of that fresh crawfish in it instead of the frozen.
Well, you'll be able to tell the difference. I told them you'll be able to tell the difference between the fresh and the frozen.
It's very tasty. It does have a little bit of a kick.
Yeah, well, you know, that's...
Catch in the back of your throat.
Well, that's because y'all said put that...
This one's a little bit spicier though, right?
Well, I don't know. We're going to see what you think.
Okay.
Me and
you guys have tried it already on?
Well, we just tried it over here out of the pot to see how it tasted. I don't know if it's in, you think it's a little bit spicy. I didn't put a lot in there for you.
That's good. I like all the different.
But you got crab meat, you got crawfish and shrimp. Mm-hmm. Oh, and oysters too. Somewhere in there, some oysters. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Great seafood flavor.
Good.
Not too hot, but it's good. Yeah.
All right. Well,
you did a great job again.
I don't know about that. All right, folks. This is what we got done today. We had the shrimp etouffee and gumbo and enjoyed it. I hope y'all enjoyed the show and hope to see you next time. I don't know exactly what we'll be cooking but we change it at all times. We always change what we're going to cook. Originally today, I had a good friend of mine, Ron Pigg, was supposed to be here to cook a real good Louisiana-style catfish that he has recipe for. And he couldn't come, as I said earlier, because of the storms that we've had. So I jumped in here and we did the crawfish etouffee and gumbo. So hoping to see you next time.
Sounds good.
Later.